Hey, this is High Thoughts with Getty Greens. I am Chronic Queen.
And I'm Agent K.
This is our first podcast. This is the third time that we've attempted to record today.
Third time is a charm.
So we
yeah.
hope that we can get through this one.
Yes.
Now have all of the stuff hooked up properly. Who'da thunk it? So yeah, with today being the 30th of December 2023, I feel like it would be appropriate to talk about what the hell we want to do in 2024.
Because,
it's in 2 days.
yeah.
So,
Oh, wait, I thought it was...
this time of year...
It's in one day.
Well, it's on Monday. So tomorrow's Sunday, was the 31st.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that calendar sometimes just gets you.
You get me.
So at this time of year is normally when I try to like reflect on things that I've accomplished, and then like, am I the type of person who I want to be at this time of year, and what can I do next year to make my dreams come true? Because
Yeah.
I don't want to work for nobody else no more.
No.
That's been an active theme since I was 15, and I'm now 42. So
Go travel.
yeah, I'd like to do that too. It does take money to travel though.
I know.
So that being said, Agent K, what do you have going on for yourself in 2024?
So in 2024, I really want to like draw the comics for Getty, and that's what I'm working on. You know.
So, for everybody that doesn't know, because nobody knows because it's the first episode.
Yeah.
We've had this concept for Getty Greens as a weed lifestyle brand, a green lifestyle brand, which can be thought of in many different ways, right? It can be thought of as like how high people do regular shit every day.
Right.
And still do it while high. It could be that, you know, you're looking for a more sustainable lifestyle. Excuse me. Which means that you're, you know, trying to reduce your consumerism and dependence on the system and depend more upon like what you can make and create in order to or barter and trade, you know, in order to get your needs met for your household and your family. That's the premise. Now that we've finally got that taken care of, we have a lot of different ways to represent that. Agent K is a magnificent artist, though she doesn't think so.
I'm alright.
And she it has created some comic book characters.
Yes.
And just because they're comic book characters doesn't mean that they have superpowers. Although, if you think that rolling weed and choosing good weed are superpowers, then this might be up your alley.
Yeah.
So one of the characters that she's working on currently is...
Her name is Rez. And, like, I want to make her, like, the non-traditional, like, Chinese girl, basically. Because I like drawing everybody. Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm good at, like, culturally appropriating people as well. Because I'm going to research the fuck out of religion or culture, because I'm like, ooh, this is cool. Ooh, I can add that. Ooh, that's, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Because that's cool to add to, like, the character and, like, the background stuff in, like, comic books, because it's a lot to look at.
And the storyline
In
and
the
everything else.
storyline.
And if you can't already tell by how she's talking and describing things, she's also a very avid anime fan.
Yes.
Like, if she could only watch anime,
I would do that
she
as
would
a
do
job.
that. So
Anyone who wants to hire me as, like, a tester for good anime, like, bitch, I got you.
And so, what I'm hearing from you, Agent K, is that this year you're going to put your stuff out there more.
Yes.
Cool. So we should all be looking forward to that.
And cooking. Like, because
Yes.
I want to do baking, and yes.
So that's definitely another aspect of Getty Greens as a brand, in that, green lifestyle. You can, not only can you cook with your weed, which is rather excelente, okay? But you can also grow your own vegetables and food
And herbs.
and spices and everything else, and then bring them in to be used as tea or make jelly or whatever else that you want to do to comfort your family. And that's kind of sort of how I look
And
at
bread.
it.
Baking bread.
And baking bread is an amazing something else to do to get yourself off of the dependency of everybody. As much as bread has shot up in price over the past couple of years, which is actually kind of ridiculous.
Not only that, it's just like it tastes so much better, like homemade.
And that's also something else. They put so many chemicals and everything. When they say that you're getting bread, like technically it should be like flour, yeast, water, sugar.
And sugar, and
That's about it. But when you
and oil,
when you get it, there's plenty more other ingredients that they put in there for sake of preservative, because everybody knows you're not going to eat a whole loaf of bread in like a day, 2 days.
No, but like.
But I will say, when we make our own bread, it takes about 3 days for us to get through.
Yeah.
So
it's
then you're
so
making
good.
it again.
It's so good, and I make 2, so.
And we always make 2 loaves. So anyway, for 2024, I hear that Agent K is going to be putting more of her stuff out there.
And baking.
And baking more.
Like doing more like personal stuff, and like being more vulnerable, like doing that, like being okay.
What do you
with
mean
that.
by vulnerable?
Like vulnerable, like on videos, you know what I'm saying?
Like
being,
topics.
on topics, like being able to like convey those things, or like if I'm vlogging or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I want to do. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do, Chronic Queen?
Well, I really
want me to
want.
roll a blunt?
Sure. So one thing that I was really proud of this year is that I got to start a garden impromptu, because I got fired from a job and didn't think I was going to have time to be able to do a garden. This year, that freed me up to be able to do a garden. So I was able to plant a garden and get a lot of the things in that I wanted to get in. And I was able to learn how to preserve more things. Like, we were able to put more things in the freezer. I made jelly. I made pickled okra.
Delicious.
I made fermented pepper sauce.
Delicious.
I made cowboy candy, which is candied jalapenos.
Yeah.
And that was really good on them wings, y'all. They were good.
They were kind of good. I ain't gonna act like that.
And my bread and butter, wow, my cowboy candy tasted like bread and butter pickles. It's just like spicy, so that was kind of cool. And all the jalapenos that were in there, I grew. Hey, girl. And that was kind of cool. I only got one jar out of it though, and I thought I was gonna get more than that. So that's something else, learning how much that it takes in order to get however many that you want to get for your family for the year. I learned a lot about medicinal stuff that you can naturally do, like making fire cider, which y'all hate. And
I literally could have thrown up. Like, I'm so sorry.
To me, it's not that bad.
It's strong as fuck to me, and like
you're supposed to water it down.
Okay, but I did. I did water it down.
And
I was like,
the other thing that I made was fermented garlic.
That was bomb.
And both of those things are really good to cook with too. Learned more about the types of weeds that come up in my own yard, and I can actually eat them or use them for medicinal purposes, which was cool. So I want to expand on that next year. I'd like to try to do a plant sale again. And I think that I just didn't advertise it well enough.
Bro, the plant sale was kind of fun, and yes, I think we should have advertised it differently. I like the plant sale because, like, I think that, like, maybe we should get into succulents.
I can get into cactuses because I have some seeds, and we can do that first.
That's a succulent. I'm okay with that.
But and I can even start picking off that house plant and start making some little plants like that. But you know, last year I bought some purple sweet potatoes, the vines, and I stuck them in the ground. And my whole goal was making a purple sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving.
We did,
which we did, y'all. I seen that in 2020, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
It was good, but I should have used more sugar. I was not paying attention.
I would like to expand on that. I'd like to make more pickled things, more fermented sauces, more...
Which is really good for you.
Stuff in the freezer. I'd like to be able to actually grow a cabbage so that we can make freaking kimchi.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So,
good for you. Good stuff.
I had a lot of tomato plants, but then I didn't get a lot of tomatoes. This year was kind of super duper hot, and I think that it stunted my tomatoes production ability. But I also didn't put a lot of effort into work making ready the soil for spring.
Right.
And that's kind of sort of why I'm in the works of getting my amendments and stuff like that now. Right. So that's one thing that I would like to do. I'd like to take this podcast seriously. Yes. Is another thing I'd like to do. And I'd like to start making our own money so that I can either cut back hours at work, not have to work at all, or whatever. Yep. Is kind of sort of my goals for 2024.
I also want to make it a goal to spend more family time, even if we're playing games or something. You know, because the Kraken's always on her phone, talking to her friends, yapping to other Krakens.
That's funny. I would definitely want to get... Oh, that's something else. Thanks for bringing the Kraken up. So, yeah, for her... I'm getting her signed up to do the gifted and talented testing.
Yes.
I wanted to get her into a soccer club, but it's a little pricey. So, YMCA, here we come. Yes. So that we can all get in there.
Because I likes to work out, y'all.
I hate working out, y'all.
I like swimming too, y'all.
I like swimming. But it would take me a while to get back to a place where I can swim a whole mile. Or something like that, and
you would lose. So
I would rather,
and, you would kind of tone up a little bit.
I would rather work in the garden as my workout instead of just working out. That's just how I am. But to each their own.
Also, by the way,
I did gain some weight throughout the dang holidays. I'd like to take.
Girl, me.
It doesn't take much, but I can just tell in my.
In my waistline, I can feel it.
I can tell in my jeans and stuff.
I can feel it. It's okay. It's gonna go away. I'm hibernating. Anyway.
I wish I could hibernate.
My friends said that at 21, I could get my license, my driver's license. I could just take the test. So I just need to worry about.
You can, but you are going to have to drive with somebody else that you don't know.
I know.
In the car.
That's why I need to practice.
And then I don't think that that's very smart either because of how you act.
Scared I know.
So I think that I still think it would be better for you to have a permit.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing earlier. I thought it was just me. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, Agent K doesn't have a driver's license.
Y'all can suck it.
Y'all should make fun of her.
No, y'all can suck it. Lady Gaga didn't get hers until she was 30-something.
Yeah, but she had somebody driving her around.
I don't care.
Yeah, well,
not whenever she was younger.
I'm pretty sure, didn't she come up in the industry?
Akon found her.
I thought that her parents were in the industry.
Akon found her.
Akon would find a white girl.
Akon.
Not saying anything because I do like her little music.
Because she does stupid Illuminati.
Of course she does. Why wouldn't she? everybody except for B.O.B. is on the Illuminati.
And Chameleonaire.
Well, because he got out of the industry.
Yeah.
And invents. Yeah, he
out of the industry and into
invested in tech.
Into tech.
Oh, why you throw it like that? What was she doing? That was. She threw her chocolate right on. Just so that y'all know what's going on. We have a dog, a little puppy. Her name is Diamond. She gets into everything, and the number one thing she likes to get into is trash. Well, this is the Kraken's dog, and so we've been saying, you need to take care of your dog, Kraken. And so she is sitting on the couch doing sentences because somebody had to do something after Christmas. So she's writing sentences for what she's doing, and Diamond was getting into the trash, and she took her crock off, y'all, and threw it, and it literally hit Diamond. And Diamond's now over here tucked away underneath the chair.
Better stay out the trash.
You better stay out the trash. So, with that being said,
and we don't abuse our dogs.
No, but it's a crock, and it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
And she does need to stay out the damn trash. Because she done got in at one time and made a huge mess.
I know. She was trying to get into it last night. That's why I put those bags on top, too.
I'm about to dump it.
She just annoying. Anyway, this year I just plan to be better growth. I understand.
I'd like to get back on my meditation and trying to script my days and stuff like that.
Yes, like I need to get back in my order.
Also on the podcast, we're going to be reading some books. I've heard a lot of podcasts where people are reading books and then they're like discussing it on air and stuff like that. I think the first book that we're going to read is by I think he's a physicist or a quantum physicist, and his name is Dr. Joseph Dispenza. Mm-hmm. He has a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I've had that book for many years because I heard another podcaster back in the day when I was really into like motivation and business, marketing and growth and stuff like that.
Dude in that commercial who looks at the podcast about everything.
Oh my god!
And he was like in a meeting, and he was looking at it, and they were like, "Are you listening to a podcast?" He's like, "Yes, about multitasking."
About multitasking. I do feel like that's me. Look, when I was in Atlanta and was riding on the train a lot and the buses a lot, that's how I was like, how can I make the most of this time?
Yeah.
And it was by either reading books or listening to podcasts, and I've learned a lot by listening to podcasts.
Yep. I like reading books and then listening to the audiobook at the same time.
I don't like audiobooks. It doesn't do it for me. And then there's like as expensive as a regular book, and I'm like, why?
No, for real, Brandon. Like, I don't understand that.
And the ones that you can get for free aren't really books; they're like pamphlets.
Yes. And then there's some of the like those books, like they're kind of good, but they're like all right, you know?
Yeah.
They're like free ones.
On Spotify, they have like this audiobook section, which I had no idea that they had.
I found it like a month ago. I was like, what?
But you have to pay for all of them.
Yes.
And I did find one free one, and it was talking about the connection between psychedelics and religion.
Of course.
And it was really interesting because at first I thought that he was just going to say like, weed and mushrooms, y'all, it brings you closer to God. But there was like literally 13 full ass chapters of research and talking about like how the stories in the Bible were literally like trips.
I believe that.
I do too.
Because they were like forging.
Oh. And I know that this doesn't have anything to do with 2024, but I haven't heard anybody say this, but this is my theory because I've been hearing some flat earth stuff. Oh my god,
yeah.
y'all are going to know all the podcasts I listen to here soon.
Yes.
Okay, so flat earth. in the Tower of Babel, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they weren't really building the tower to get to God, like how the story says, but what if they were just trying to like get to the firmament, to touch it, crack it, break it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, when you say that, like, I thought of Gravity Falls once again. There was, like, a spell that they put...
Oh, my fucking God.
There was, like, a spell that they put on...
We have another dog, y'all. His name is Mars, and he's a little prissy bitch. He does not like Diamond at all, which is crazy to me. I thought they would get along smashingly.
Because they are both, like, growly and rough.
And I told Mars to come over here instead of being by Diamond so that he wouldn't be growling. And this heifer gonna jump all up on my lap in my face like I asked him to do that. I didn't ask him to do that, but okay.
Okay. Okay, Gravity Falls, the like Weird Mageddon, they had like a bubble protection thing above Gravity Falls, so there wouldn't be no Weird Mageddon outside of Gravity Falls. Okay, and that was like the firmament in Gravity Falls. So, and Bill was trying to break it. Bill Cipher, the little triangle thing.
Yeah, the Illuminati.
Illuminati. I was
the all-seeing eye on the dollar, basically.
Yes. I was like, ooh, nerd.
There's a symbolism in everything, but, okay. Nerd. And then another thing that I've just heard recently is, like, okay, the Tower of Babel. So they said, we have to mix up the language so that nobody understands, right? So they were saying that before that everybody was talking like the angelic language.
Yes.
And I was like, well, that makes sense because it doesn't really talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We just assumed that they were talking Hebrew.
Yes.
Because the Old Testament was Hebrew. But it does make sense that God creates two beings, right? And then puts them in this garden. If he's talking to them, he's talking to them with the heavenly language.
Yes.
So everybody that is there at that time would be talking the same thing because that's the language, right?
Yes.
And then they made the tower. I'm just gonna say the firmament buster, right? And honestly, who's to say that it weren't rockets that they were sending up there,
right?
Because a rocket, before it launches, does look like a tower.
It does.
Just saying.
So how long have we had? So really, how long have we had rockets? How long have we had technology? Not in real life, but like the Tower of Babel. Like how long have we had technology? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we've had it forever.
I feel like we have too.
It's just not talked about like that. Like they don't want. If they told us that, then they'd be like, "Well, why the fuck are we so bass-backwards?"
Right.
You know
exactly,
what I mean?
But that's what they want.
And the reason why I say that is because, like, in ancient Egypt, it said that they had light, like that, and things like that. And I've also heard that on certain rocks, that they were able to like touch and like communicating, like a tablet.
Yes.
And things like that. So, I mean, I do think that we've had a lot more technology than we've been led on to believe. Technically, all of this technology, like the internet and and computers and things like that, those, all the digital data and stuff, that is all alien technology. Like, there's no way that you can look at the world that was going on prior to computers, and then we get computers, and then you're like, yeah, somebody just great came up with that. I don't think so.
No, give credit to the person who really did.
Which would be aliens. But they don't want people to know that there's aliens, even though everybody knows that there's aliens now. They've already came out and said it.
Right.
Okay, see, this is getting a little too fringe too quick for the first episode.
I know, but like.
But there's a government project Bluebeam where they are working to basically create holograms in the sky so that it can either replicate Jesus coming back,
right,
or an alien invasion in the sky. And I know that people will believe it because have you seen those hologram things that has like a Voltron in Japan, where it looks like it's like walking and shit.
Yeah,
that's what they're talking. That's the same technology that they're talking about.
I believe that.
And so
I totally believe that.
I do too, because that'll be a whole like this crazy political atmosphere that's going on. As soon as they see Jesus in the sky, things are going to get really different.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're like the rapture.
Yeah,
the rapture is coming, and then that means chaos. Everybody's gonna be doing shit.
Yeah. So,
or are they gonna get
that term
shit together?
We should do a whole podcast on the rapture, because I don't think it means what we've been taught to think it means.
I do too.
I think that we're all in the midst of the rapture right now. That's my personal thought. Because I think the rapture is God's spirit being manifest on flesh. They're saying that you're going to be taken up, but I don't think that it's like, yeah, you're just going to be like fucking abducted like aliens,
right?
Just in the middle of nowhere if you're driving and shit like that. Right. I don't think that's how they're depicting it.
Yeah.
I think that it's a call to God's people to increase awareness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a call to
get back together, like,
vibe higher.
You know what I mean?
You know,
like,
get on a more higher
not
vibration.
Supposed to be separated the way that we be separated.
Exactly.
Like, or how do we do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we do be separated, it's like how we're doing it. Like, no one wants to be peaceful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody wants war and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
For what reason, though?
Right. And we're at a better intellectual civilization than to be thinking like that.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like we are.
It doesn't seem like we are.
But then again, here's the other argument to that is, are they really warring, or are they fucking playing camera tricks for optics for us?
Exactly.
But really the war is just a method to shuffle money.
Yeah.
Seems plausible.
Pyramid scheme.
With everything that's going on.
Gigantic pyramid scheme,
right.
Basically. Crazy. Well,
that was a lot. That didn't have anything to do with 2024.
No, it didn't. But I mean,
well, it could be.
I think
there could be several of these topics that we use in podcasts.
Probably. And like, you know, recently I've been having like dreams. Uh-oh. And you know, I haven't been dreaming in a while, but like I can't remember them right now. But like recently I've been having them, so like when I do have like a big one, then I write it down. I would tell you, maybe in the podcast too. But I feel like we should talk about dreams and like visions, and like some people like. What were we talking about?
You said something about your dreams.
Okay, we should talk about like visions and dreams, because some people like don't believe in like that, and then some people do, and then I feel like that would give a good topic of discussion to be like, ooh, this is what like this dream means, and this, and you know, yeah. Anyway, but like don't be, but sometimes you should not reveal your dreams, but some things I will be like, yeah. No.
I'm not a big dreamer, and I have big dreams, but I'm not like a big like. When I go to sleep, I can see a dream and remember it when I wake up.
See the bigger picture.
Every now and again, though, I do see stuff. And those things I listen to because they tend to scare me. Yeah. Or I'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, and then I'll be pondering it for the whole week or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do end up like seeing a bigger picture. That's just how my third eye works. It doesn't work to like see actual visions, and I don't know how to feel about that, but it is what it is. Sometimes I'll just be there quiet, and then I'll get like downloads of just information that I didn't know or information I was thinking about, and then I get like some sort of confirmation,
right,
or whatever. So
yo, me too, many times.
Also, like I think I mentioned earlier, but I want to get back to like meditating and doing all the things.
We did.
And doing like yoga and stuff because that was
Yes.
helpful for my breathing
Okay, I want to do
breath work.
because I haven't done it like as well as I should have done it. Like whenever, like as much as I've done it with meditating. That's what I mean.
Well, I think
Because I did meditation for a long time, but I didn't do breath work for long enough.
I used to do a little routine where I was doing like a 10-minute meditation, and then I would do like a 10-minute breath work, and then I would do like a yoga thing or whatever.
Okay.
And there was definitely some improvements that I saw in that, and also there was definitely like I definitely had a Kundalini experience that scared the crap out of me and made me feel like I was going to throw up.
I remember that.
But I've never had that experience again, and so I don't know if I'm doing it right. And then I also have had a connection with two archangels and in meditation, and that was very interesting and kind of life changing for me.
Yeah.
As the spiritual journey is, then I got into a little bit of a dark space and retreated from all of that and kind of sort of depended more on relationships, and not even like romantic ones, but just friendships too.
Yeah.
And even attempting to like start a business.
Yeah.
And none of that was working. And I mean, now in retrospect, it's always like, and I see why.
Yeah.
But like there's not often times that you see it.
Right.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Some topics, I guess, to talk about.
Yeah.
If we need to do like an candid, authentic show.
Right.
I have plenty of stories that'll make me look like a dork. So.
I mean, both of us, honestly. Me too, because I feel like I've done some shit that, like, I'm like, man, why did I do that? I feel like this was a good, like,
a little intro
talk, which I think that's fine for, like,
the first couple. To see their first episode, their first, like, couple of episodes until they started taking it serious was, like, 15 minutes.
See? Look at that.
This is Chronic Queen signing out.
Agent K retiring to bed.
And as always, keep smoking that sure.
Yeah.